Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Desynced Vanilla Edition. When we last left off, we finished sort of but destroying a path inside here to sort of round that out. I went ahead and decided to go collect the rest of the sand and the rest of the gunpowder in both locations to know how much TNT we have left. Because we need it. Well, we're going to need it. And we will probably have to make a construction shack in here because we are not going to be able to punch. We're not going to punch through several 1,000 blocks of stone. It's not something we really need to do. One thing we do need is an eternity and a never-ending supply of wood. So that's what we're gonna collect. Because that's currently what's the current whole process that's holding us back. Then we'll eventually need to go underground and collect an ungodly amount of lava. So, yoink. So there's that. Ooh. Right. This section of world just gives us nothing but issues. That's why we moved. If we're gonna blip like that at every opportunity. Yeah. Do it again? I don't know. But not ideal. Not ideal at all. However, since we need trees, and I don't think this stuff has grown by cows, we are going to have to just chop the spawn trees. At least we'll get saps. So we'll go until this axe runs out. We'll go back in there and go grab some more. We'll try and finish out some of that floorboard. Then I can make the uncomfortable decision of what I'm going to do for the wall. If it's gonna be stone, I need to get smelting. If it's not stone, then well, what can I do? I think we still have some. We have some actual stone kind of lying around, just not ready. Plant some more trees back. We're gonna have to head back to Co's anyway for possible stone. That's brick that's cooking down there. The other piece is like we're gonna need a blast TNT for that, most likely. The roof. I'm not entirely sure. That question is up in the air. So Not entirely sure on that process. But I do need to make a proper ceiling. That's no ifs, ands, or buts. I gotta make a ceiling. It might just be a white wool ceiling. Oh yeah. Since I'm over here, oh, there's my skin. It's gone. This is noticeable. Oops, I did not mean to eat that. I want to keep getting these just because I have a project that is going to require a lot of seeds. And this is growing while I'm here, so there's no reason not to grab it while I'm by it. Trying to plant this in the water. Not really working. Hoped that would have worked better. Plus, the more wheat I get, the better I'll be because the amount of injuries I am sustaining inside. I've managed to die once throughout both sides of building this. Yeah, and I can actually just start kind of just carrying wheat on my person and just make bread as I need it instead of worrying too much about it. Now, please be stone. Please be stone. Yes, stone. Okay, I don't need to make stone, but I will need to make careful note of that. Got more sand over here. Any more? That's cobblestone. That's empty. That's pork chops. Okay. Noted, noted, noted. Let's put these seeds next to each other. Alright, there we go. That should do it. That should do it. Ah, the nighttime approaches. Hurry now. Get inside. Ow. Alright, we're going to take 2 stacks of bricks. And we're going to take some cobblestone. Drop off the wall. Because I know I'm going to need to fill some holes. That's dirt. There's all the iron that we've so far collected, which will just probably be turned into buckets. Oh yeah, that needs changed. All of those in the other one are 10, but the ones in here are not. So we need to change that on this side. So let's get a new axe. Take the rest of this coal for now and use this for torches because we're going to need them anyway. Let's knock these out. I might end up so we are going to start setting this up to be clean and pristine. I'm not going to bring these with bricks, but I will bring them with stone. Just because it's nicer than the wood. And my shift doesn't want to work. Thanks. Yeah, this will all be nicer than... This will all be nicer. I wish I could, make words. Not a great... I need to get better at yapping. I need to get my degree in yapology. Okay. Place torch down there. Place torch in you. And you need to be stone. You already stone? You're already stone. You're not. Now behind these things, I'm just probably gonna leave as holes because that's expensive. That's expensive for what is essentially not a thin veneer. And over here. I didn't hook you guys around yet. I just need to make sure wherever... I just need to make sure there's no burnables. That's the real thing. It's gonna be real upsetting if this goes up in smoke. I guess that's the true risk when you're playing with lava. That's why I need to make sure these are all filled. That is not stone. This needs to be filled because should a fire start back here, that's no bueno. No bueno. Alright, so this is now... The floor is at least all smooth. The floor is at least smooth. Now I got this big old crater. Got this big old crater. This is technically one more space. I'm just gonna fill this in the best of our ability. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. This big mess. Such a big mess. Actually, where does that lead? Okay, so next question. How do I divide this? Because if I do it like so, this is like a 2 wide gap only to get to this side. Or I could push this forward 4. Well, no, I can't because 4 is. I'm in a hole. 4 is still right here. And I'm still in the same boat. Huh. And next 4 is 2, 3, 4 right here. Okay, so this is my sort of frame of reference, I guess. My reference point. Right? Yeah, this needs to be knocked out. I guess let's start by putting in at least the rest of this wood. That way, I can maybe better visualize this. Okay, and then we're gonna leave where this exists alone. This is then once again in that. Okay, so this is the one thing. So if we... Where does this align, technically? Because I want to at least get this to align as well. You're a failed pillar, but that's okay. I'll leave you alone for a second. Or it's expensive, but I could push this entire thing forward one. We have a big blank space for all of this to sort of make it flush, I guess is the word. Because, or it could be a secret that those who like know the museum, there are secret bits of the museum where you can see into the alternate time streams. That's also an option. That's also a mental option that you could go with. Now, I'm not insane enough to fill that whole crater. I will fill the top layer. And where torches will go. But beyond that, I'm not stupid. Now that we got this, this would be this. Okay, that's then that goes to this guy. let's bring this up. You don't exist. Okay, let's bring you up to here, I guess. For now. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Get more planks. So we're just gonna consider this floor pattern has to extend this way anyway. Let's keep pushing it forward and just see where it goes. Maybe I'll have an idea that kind of speaks. Sucks that I can't store you in my crafting table. Be real nice. I loved that feature. That was a great feature. Just stick it in your crafting table. Down there. Then we'll repeat this sort of same pattern on the other side. And we'll obviously leave that. Because if I make a pillar here, it's going to be very awkward. It's a very awkward place for a pillar. And it doesn't really match or flush or really go well at all with that. It's like, damn. Was that a cobblestone? Dang. Well, it's not like we don't have plenty more. It's running out of cobblestone is not an issue. Just get the rest of these holes in. Nice, the big old crater in the corner. Whatever. It's filled now. 4. Technically here and technically here. Oh, there with the pickaxe. Okay. Let's finish bringing you out to here. More. And whatever. I'll break it again later. Just so I can get this to match. Okay. Place the torch here because it is a bit dark. So this is the gap. This is the gap. do I make an empty space or do I make it a hallway? A really tiny hallway. If I do, then I have to blast out a lot. I can't decide. I can't decide. I know, in the hole again. What choice will give me no regrets? Okay, let's imagine we're walking through this. You are not going to see this. You are not going to see this little dash. Because if we're just walking. You are not seeing that hallway because that's already two. We have two on the one side, two on the other. You are not seeing this extra bit. You know what? I think we will. I think we will go with that, but we are going to mark it perhaps with a different type of stone. Because we can put obsidian here. We could put obsidian around it. And sort of make like this spooky or strange sort of interaction where you're going through a portal. Maybe a gold portal. It has to be some... if it's going to do that, we'd probably make it out of gold or iron. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to leave it tiny. Leave it tiny and then use it as the frame. But in any case, I hope you all enjoyed watching, and we will see you all on the next episode of Minecraft Desync Vanilla Edition. Bye!